what it'd be to like and see the light of day. When we hit Dixie, will you tell that engineer to ring his bell?
All right, dishwashing time. Beautiful day outside, and I'm washing the dishes. Yeah, so that's good. Take a break from outside and wash some dishes. So let's get to it. Okay, turn on the water. Stick the thing in there. Woo. Not as organized as I like it, but I'll live. So I'll get back to you in a second. Oh, I gotta take off my ring here. Put it right there, and of course my trusty watch. All right. Back to the
boys run around her by the school, but she loved the boy next door who worked at.
All right, Johnny Cash. That's always fun to wash dishes to. Well, today I thought maybe I'd tell you a couple things about Poland. I was thinking here as I was washing about a couple things, and at first I thought maybe, well, I'll do like 3 great things about Poland and 3 not so great things. But then I was like, I don't know, it doesn't really work that way, because like one of the things I was thinking about talking about today, it has both positive and negatives. So, and it's not necessarily, okay, just get to the points, right? The one thing I was going to talk about today was air conditioning. In Poland, the air conditioning is not very common, especially at least in houses and schools and most businesses. You don't have air conditioning. Of course, some places do. It's not like it's non-existent or something, but it's just not a common thing. And definitely, I mean, I've never even seen anybody that has air conditioning in their home or their apartment. Yeah, no, I never come across that. So I'm sure there is, but in general, there's no air conditioning. So obviously that, like last week, I was thinking about it because last week we had 3 or 4 days in a row where it was almost 100 degrees and really humid, and it was just horrible, horrible weather. And I'd be sitting here, trying not to move as much as possible so I could stay cool. And then I get out, walk to work, and by the time I get to work, I'm just, dripping. And then I get to work, and there's no air conditioning at work. And then the next thing is most people don't have fans because, it's just they're not accustomed to it. So it's, a lot of people think, oh, blowing air, it's a draft, it causes colds or it makes you sick or something like that. So at school there's no air conditioning and no fans. So you're just sitting there in this dead air. Now the buildings in Poland are built, with, these big thick walls and stuff. So it does provide some natural, cooling. So, it generally stays cooler in cold weather and warmer in warm weather. So, they have good insulation in that sense. Not everywhere, but most places would have that. So, but still, when it's really hot, it's almost 100 degrees and it's humid, the school is hot. Especially when you get to the afternoon when the sun comes down on the side of the building where most of the classrooms are. It's just horrible. And standing there teaching and sweating is not fun. And looking at the students sitting and studying and sweating is also not fun. So that's horrible. But the positive, because there is a positive to that. At first I didn't think so because, I come from Minnesota and America, and air conditioning is everywhere, and, you have to have it. Come on, it's hot. You got to turn it on. You blast it. You go to Walmart and you can freeze your butt off, right? Or restaurants. My mom always brings a sweater with her to restaurants during the summer because they have air conditioning set so low that it's freezing. Well, here in the positive sense, it's like, okay, they don't have air conditioning, but then your body kind of adjusts. You don't have this extreme temperature change. You're kind of warm inside your house anyway, and then you go outside and it's warm, and then you go into a building and go to the store and do some shopping and it's pretty warm still. So you don't have that big change in temperature where, like I said, my mom, or especially my wife now, when she goes to Minnesota over the summer, she brings a sweater with her many places because if we go to a movie theater, for example, or a restaurant, or just anywhere, it's hot outside, you get in the car, you blast your air conditioning, and then you get to somewhere else and you go outside, to get into the next building, and then you get into that building and it's, you know, freezing cold. So you have this really big adjustment. And I've even started to notice it when I'm back in America, that my body, it's like, oh, this change, it's really, it doesn't feel good, right? So I can accept no air conditioning. Now the fan part, I just don't get. You know, for me, I can have a fan blowing on me all night and I don't get sick, you know, but for some reason most people here think, oh, you can't have fans blowing on you and stuff like that. We do have a fan in our apartment. We haven't always had one, but finally we got one, and so last week that was a lifesaver to have the fan blowing on us, and my wife has gotten used to it, so that's good. She's Americanized a little bit. And like I said, I'm not saying this is like a Polish thing, because I'm sure there's other places that don't have a lot of air conditioning, or it's just not their custom to. And I'm not saying that it's because Poland is poor or something. That's a whole other issue. I've had a lot of people comment since I've been in Poland, you know, when I go back to America and stuff, oh, you know, what's it like living there? And maybe this is a whole nother vlog to talk about standard of living, but I'll just briefly say that in general the standard of living in Poland is, in some ways it's better for me here than it would be for me living in America on a teacher's salary, right? Because you have, it's hard to say, you know, there's so many differences and in some ways non-differences. I don't know. I don't want to get into that right now. I just want to focus on way too long here. So shut up. Dry the dishes. Yeah, that's what I do. I hit myself to shut up, right? So I got to stop doing that because it hurts.
I fell into a ring of fire. I fell into a burning ring of fire. I went down, 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 and
Flames went higher. All right. So, Johnny Cash, I'm dried up. The dishes are dried up, and I'm dried up. So I'll stop it right there. Have a great day.